Today I'm going to show you if your leg length discrepancy is true or false. What's going on, everybody? It's Blake Bowman here with Gorilla Zen Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about leg length discrepancies, and more specifically how to tell if you have a true leg length discrepancy or a false leg length discrepancy. To begin, I already made a video on addressing a false leg length discrepancy, which is basically all occurring at the pelvis. Okay, the pelvis is in a lateral pelvic tilt position, meaning it's tilted sideways, and that's what's causing symptoms. Okay, in a false leg length discrepancy like that, it's oftentimes only caused by muscular imbalances, which can be fixed. Okay. And that's opposed to a true leg length discrepancy. A false leg length discrepancy means that you have a lateral pelvic tilt, but it's been basically somebody told you that your leg was longer on one side than the other, and that's what's responsible for this, when in reality it's not. It's just caused by muscle imbalances. That's what a false leg length discrepancy is. A true leg length discrepancy is when one leg is literally longer than the other, and that's what I'm going to be helping you address today. But here's the link to that other video that I made. It's also in the description. You'll definitely want to reference that, because if you go through the test that I'm going to show you today and you find out that you don't have a true leg length discrepancy, then sticking to the exercises in that video are probably going to give you the most benefit. Okay, so what it really all boils down to when you're trying to determine whether or not you have a true leg length discrepancy or a false one is is there an actual discrepancy in the length of your legs. So the only way to really verify that is to measure the length of the legs. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do today, is measure your legs or have somebody else measure them for you. And if one side you get one measurement and then the other side you get a measurement that's an inch longer or an inch shorter, then you've verified that you have a true leg length discrepancy. All you need to do this is a partner and some measuring tape. Okay, I use a piece of measuring tape from like the hardware store, like that metal kind. You don't want that. You want like a cloth one that comes in a roll. It's much easier to measure that way. You do need a little bit of anatomical knowledge to do this. You're going to need to know certain bony landmarks, because that's where you're going to be measuring on both sides for standardization purposes. If you can't find these landmarks, which I'll get into in a second, then I would really recommend you get a professional to do this for you, because if you're not on the exact same landmarks on both legs, then your measurement is going to be totally inaccurate, and it's not really going to tell you anything about your leg length. So during the video, once I get into it with my client here, if you don't know what something is, I'll do my best to explain it, but go ahead and just pause the video and Google whatever that bony landmark is, and make sure that you become really familiar with how to identify it. So this is my client Nick, and basically the two bony landmarks that we're going to start with are the ASIS, which is a bone in the front of the hip here called the anterior superior iliac spine, and also the medial malleolus, which is this bone just inside of your ankle here. Okay, so basically all you're going to do is you're going to measure the distance between those 2 points, and then you're going to basically compare the measurement from this leg to the other leg, and that'll tell you right there if you have a leg length discrepancy. The hardest part about this is going to be identifying the right bony landmarks that that you need to basically use as reference, right? So, because like I talked about earlier, if you're not on the bony landmark, if you're like an inch below it on this side, then you go an inch above it on the other side, it's going to totally throw off your measurement. So you really need to be sure that you're on the right landmarks. The ankle bone is easy. It's right there. It's very accessible. The ASIS is a little bit harder. So Nick, go ahead and lay back just like fully on your back. Basically, the ASIS comes to it comes to like a very fine point. Okay, you'll feel it like protruding out. It's like a ridge on the front of your hip bone. Okay, it's pretty easy to identify if you know what you're looking for. I've been doing this for a long time, but on Nick, it's right here. Okay. I don't know how well you can see that. Like I said, if you need to, pause this video and kind of look over how to find the ASIS. But I have my hand on it with him right now. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to put your ruler or your measuring device, measuring tape, right in the center of that thing. You're then going to hold it there in place, and you're going to run it down to the inside of the ankle, okay? And take your measurement there. You want to go right in the center of the medial malleolus, right in the center of it, and then right directly centered on the ASIS. Take your measurement on this side, take your measurement on that side. If one is longer than the other, you have a true leg length discrepancy. Another way you could do this is to use a different bony landmark, the lateral malleolus, which is the outside of the ankle, and a bone up here called the greater trochanter, which I found in men is much easier to find. But the greater trochanter is a bone that kind of like sticks out. So if you could not find your ASIS, you might want to use this as another bony landmarker, just in case you couldn't find that one, okay? However, with this, this is pretty hard to find on most people, but it's basically it's a part of your leg bone, your femur here, that protrudes off laterally, and you'll be able to feel that right where, I mean, that's basically what it is. Again, if you can't find it, pause the video, but Nick's is right about here. So same thing here, we're gonna line that up directly in the center of the greater trochanter, and then take it to the outside of his ankle, the lateral malleolus, take a measurement right in the center. Again, with that, if one leg is longer than the other, then you have a true leg length discrepancy. Well, there you have it. I hope this video was insightful for you. If you liked it and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that right over here. Also, I would really greatly appreciate a like on my Facebook page and a follow on my Instagram. So if you would like to do that for me, you can just open up the description down below and you'll find links there. If you want to work with me one-on-one and have me be your coach, I'd be more than happy to assess your posture, identify all of your muscular imbalances and all the things that are likely distorting your posture, and then put together a corrective exercise program for you. If you'd like to do that, you can open up the description and hit coaching. Other than that, make sure you check out my new ebook, Posture: The Ultimate Life Hack. It's free, and I basically have taken a lot of what I talk about in my videos and I've consolidated it into one like PDF file ebook thing. So it's pretty cool. Make sure you check that out, and I'll see you next time.